Congrats on the win. Just talk about this week in general. It was not your average fight week, right?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. But I was super comfortable in the sense of I live here, so I was, at my apartment just hanging out, and then got the call. It was Tuesday, and came out and stayed at a hotel for a couple of days. But I'm still in town. I was still able to see my coaches and on an everyday basis, and so I was comfortable. It was kind of surreal. Most of the times when you fight for the UFC, you get flown somewhere, and then you fight, and then you fly back, and so. I didn't have to do all that extra stuff, which was great, because it was already kind of a hurricane from Tuesday to now. It's just been nonstop, like I said, and so it made it comfortable in that sense. And it was, it's just I just love the process of it all. I don't mind cutting weight. All that stuff is, all the little details is what I enjoy doing. So I'm just happy that I was able to get the win and move forward from here.
And obviously it worked out great for you, but how difficult was it to try to stay motivated and to keep yourself in shape when you don't know if a fight offer is going to come or not?
And not only is it hard to keep yourself motivated if you don't have a fight, but it's all hard to keep yourself motivated when you've been cut from the UFC multiple times. I did the Ultimate Fighter, did well in the Ultimate Fighter. I made it to the semifinale, and then fought in the final card and won and got a contract and got cut and then got contenders, knocked a kid out, Jamal Emmers, who was really good and didn't get signed, and I was just feeling more and more defeated. And then I got back in the UFC and I was pumped and went 0-3, and I just it's hard to stay motivated after that because what do I want to do? Fight on a regional show for pennies compared to where I feel I should be at and where I should be fighting. And but you know what? I have great people around me, a lot of guys that are getting ready for big fights. So I'm okay with that. I love just training. I love fighting. Sparring days is what I look forward to every week. It's like a fight. So I just enjoy that, and I enjoy the process of it all. And so not having a fight it didn't really take me out of the element. I was ready to go for the last 6 to 8 weeks, and so I just kept my mind straight. And my manager, I have a great manager, Jason House, and he just kept telling me, things fall out, just stay ready. I'm working for you, and sure enough, I did my part, he did his part, and here we are.
What's the closest you came over the last year to walking away from the sport? Did that ever come?
No, never. I never thought about walking away from the sport. I was just looking at different avenues. This sport is pretty unforgiving. It doesn't matter how hard you train. People only see what happens in the cage. I've gotten beat by guys that were lesser than me in skills. I got beat by guys who just caught me with a good punch. And so anybody can win on any night, and that's the ruthless part of it. You could step into a cage 100% prepared and get knocked out in 20 seconds. And so it's difficult to deal with that sometimes. But I love the sport. I've been doing it for 12 years, and I would almost ever see myself stepping away from the sport. Competition maybe a little bit, but I'm still pretty young. I'm only 30, so I still got a little bit of time. I just, it gives you more energy when you're in the UFC to keep pushing.
The fight itself, can you talk about that first round, trying to get comfortable with it? A lot of people say that he has an unorthodox style. Did it feel that way when you were in there?
I as well have an unorthodox style. I've always kind of been told that as well. I keep my hands low. He's kind of playing with his hands. We were kind of doing the same thing. But I'm a veteran. I've been around the block plenty of times. I got more than 4 times as many pro fights as he has. I've been here, done it. He seemed real relaxed. I think his boxing background. He was unorthodox, but once I started catching a couple good shots, I could feel that he was getting less confident in his abilities. And I could take a punch, and I could take adversity. And in the gym, I do it all the time. I'm able to just push through things, and I just trust the process and trust in my cardio, my conditioning. I know that people fade, and if you give them a reason to get out of the cage, they'll take that reason. And I never have that reason, and I can feel them getting that reason. And once we started getting to a grappling exchange, and I locked that Darce in, I knew it was over. My Darce has gotten better and better, and I have like a 90% finish rate on my Darce in the gym, so I knew if someone got tired enough, I would be able to finish him, no problem.
And last thing, having been through this experience that you've had with the UFC, in and out and in and out.
Yeah.
Now that you're back, do you feel at ease, like this is back where you're supposed to be, or does it put more pressure on you because you do know what it's like to get the walking papers, so to speak?
Yeah, it's definitely tough to think about that kind of stuff. One day could be up, the other day could be down. It's a day-by-day sport, or fight-by-fight. People only remember you from your last fight, so. It's tough to kind of go up and down and in and out, but I think it puts less pressure on me to be here because before when I wasn't here, everybody in the gym that knows me and trains with me, I train with some of the best in the world. I train with Dan Ige, I used to train with Kevin Lee, some of the top UFC guys, And I do fantastic for those guys in the gym, and they know that I belong here, so it puts more pressure for me to be here, you know, like when I wasn't here. So it's like I was thinking, how do I do good in the gym and I'm not where these guys are? And so it was more pressure for me to get in here or get back to the UFC. But now that I'm here, I feel more comfortable. This is where I should be.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.